he will open the topic of improving child and adolescent when it comes to us. We have just about 10 minutes time before everybody will walk out for lunch, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. Respected members over here on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, Johar, Namaskar, good afternoon. So, the white paper that we have actually presented in front of you, or we will be presenting in front of you, is a collaborative effort not only from me, but from the healthcare students as well as the Dean of MS. So I would like to thank them all in collaborating and coming up with this white paper. So starting with the first one, may I have a change of the slides, please? So the agenda of this whole presentation will be, I'll be very short and crisp because I have very less time as the chairperson and the moderator has already informed me. So I'll be taking this executive summary. We will be talking about the progress, about how India has a lot of policies, a lot of good interventions by the government in the name of Poshan Abhiyan, RMNCH, RBSK, RKSK, and all these things are there. So the emerging challenges we'll be talking about in the coming slides. We see that in the current scenario, we have progress in the area of mortality indicators, and we have also improved in the area of service coverage. However, there are certain factors wherein which we are still lagging behind. That is 36% children under 5 are stunted, 17% are underweight, and 6% are wasted. Adolescent issues, malnutrition, mental health, substance use, road injuries, all these things are coming, and these are the new topics which are coming into the healthcare sector, especially the adolescent issues. Now when we are trying to talk about this state-specific needs over here, so first 100 days of and under 5 years, we have the Foundation for Lifelong Health, Learning Cognitive Ability. We have, yes, 1,000 days, thank you sir. School years from 6 to 14, build on years early gains, prepare for adulthood, and adolescent from 10 to 19. Nutrition, reproductive health, physiological well-being, critical for demographic dividend. So the question is that why should we invest in all these people, especially the adolescent and the child care? Because these are the futures. With this, we contribute to the GDP of our country, and not only that, but also a well-being for the whole nation. So this is a methodology. We have collected data through the secondary literature. We have gone through the various websites, the government website, the Ministry of Healthcare, as well as we have also collected data from the experts, especially from the grassroots people, and that too from the tribal areas. So here are the current health status and challenges. We have improved in the area of stunting, wasting and underweight, as you can see from the slides. And from here, the current status which we are trying to talk about infant mortality rate, it has actually, there is a variation in the urban area as well as in the rural area, at 26.6% as well as 38.4% in rural areas per 1,000. Slow progress in large states, especially in states like Maharashtra and Bihar. Adolescent disease burden. When we are talking about these adolescent disease, especially the child disease also, we have been speaking about anemia. But when you go into the tribal belts, especially in the area of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan also, there is one more problem known as sickle cell, which has not been covered over here. This problem of sickle cell is actually raising a lot of issues, especially in the indigenous territories as well as tribal areas. Nobody is taking care. When we had gone into the field work, we have found in the areas of Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, although there are primary healthcare centers, you will hardly find any doctors or any dispensaries or dispensarians over there. the villagers, if they are finding any problem, especially the child or the youth or any women, whenever they are going to this primary healthcare sector, they have been held up. When they ask any medicine, they are being provided only with painkillers or nothing more than that. So it's very, very hard. When we talk about the technological innovation, to the technology to get penetrated into these different rural areas, the problem with the penetration of the technology is electricity. The second thing is the people don't know how to use technology also. Youths, since they don't have anything, especially the adolescents, from the childhood onwards they are into chewing tobaccos, cigarettes, all these things are happening. And there is no answer to this particular thing. Anganwadi workers, all these things are there to help this particular, to speed up this whole process. But the problem is the mentality. Why is that? The language problem. If you go into the tribal belts, they don't know Hindi, they don't know English. They have their own local dialects. If you make them understand in Hindi or in English, they will say that samajh mein nahi aa raha in their own language. So how to make them understand when we have got these type of policies and intervention, especially going to work in this particular areas? Lot of challenges. Anganwadi women workers are actually active, but the problem with us, the males are not active. So here one of the professors have already actually defined this, that there should be a gender equality and contribution of not only female but also male, and sensitization of the issues of child protective healthcare as well as adolescent issues. This is very, very important when we are talking about healthcare sectors and when we are talking about India, especially in child and adolescence. So I would like to close this particular thing with just one story, and not a story, this is a real incident. I was in Rome in a World Food Forum, and there one of the professors have said that in order to come up with this diseases, we need to give them portion, we need to give them nutrition food. There, in the UN Forum, in the United Nations headquarters at FAO, one of the youth from Jharkhand, she said that when she was a child, she had a lot of diseases, and she used to take millets, that black rice, in the tiffin boxes, and she goes there, and whenever she opens the tiffin in front of the friends say, "Ye kala kala kya chawal lekar ke aate ho? Ye kala chawal khate ho, tabhi to tum kale ho." This particular stigma have made her to sacrifice this particular millets from the childhood, because there was a stigma allocated with this particular millets. Now in year 2023, United Nations along with India is actually declaring that the year of rice millet. So when we are going to talk about Poshan Abhiyan, so these things are actually not getting implemented because of the stigma structure. So here, when we talk about, just give me 1 minute more, I'm just going to conclude. So the executive summary when we are trying to talk about is that we need to include not only childcare health issues but also the recent adolescent issues. Apart from that, we need to include the grassroots people in the policy making. It is very easy to do research, it is very easy to do policy making at the AC room, but if those grassroots people are not getting benefited and they are not involved in the decision making board, things will not change. With this, I conclude. Thank you very much.